after I spent 20 years of my life high. We're in a different location today. I've mentioned a few times I wanted to bring it into my room and show you guys my record collection, so I figure I would start doing that and kind of show you around a little bit of that. I don't have my usual setup, my usual microphone. Hopefully you guys can still hear me all right. But behind me is one of the walls of my collection here, and it's a labor of love. Super proud of it. It has helped me out through a lot of tough times and a lot of good times too. It's something that it's probably one of those big time passion projects of my life that started when I was a little kid and would dig through records of my parents. And before I even really knew what record playing stuff was, I remember laying on the floor and putting my feet up on top of like the stereo and pressing the buttons with my feet, really little. I used to play with the knobs on it and loved the way they clicked and all. And then I would always go through the records and just try and, enjoy them when my pop would play them for me and all. And then somewhere around in high school, I got a record player, started collecting big time in college. But I guess that big time is a relative term because really I started pushing hard maybe about probably 10, 15 years ago, somewhere around in there. And I'm kind of a completionist with certain artists, but when it comes down to it, I really just put in uh, like records that I really love. And a lot of that is because I don't want a bloated record collection that I just can't find something that I really like. There's, of course, you find records all over the place, especially at farmers markets or wherever. And yeah, I could have like maybe 10 times of a bigger collection or something like that, but I definitely don't want that. I've got this side behind me. Again, I feel like it's kind of trimmed in some ways and it's still gigantic. Used Discogs, I put them all in there. And I also love that I can hold it like a piece of art from my favorite artist. I think that's a really important thing to where you can kind of see what someone's going for. Um, so this over here, where am I starting? This is R right here. So this is starting at R, goes over on this side and all. And then on this side over here, this is like A through, I guess, Q. And it's like rock pop is the way that I have it set up on here. And then on this side, I guess rock pop stops around here. I'm going to flip my phone around so I can look at it a little bit easier. So around here on Z, right? But then I have it, blues, Christmas, classical. And we go on a country. I always find that this is a funny one. I got like Garth Brooks's box set. Proud of Garth's box set on there. It's the funniest thing because why is he an astronaut? It's Garth Brooks. Why is that an astronaut? And just goes through the mixes. Got funk, easy listening, stuff that's just guitar. Bob's Burger soundtrack for whatever reason. This area down here are the ones that I'm still going through right now. I got a lot of different friends' records in here and stuff like that. They still have to get entered into my Discogs. But just kind of wanted to show you guys what some of the cool stuff, the thing that brings me joy. This is definitely it. I guess if you just wanted to pull any, I'll just give it a chunk. Just pull a chunk and see what's in there. Rosenton Collins Band, the guitarist from Leonard Skinner. This is awesome. If you guys know Jeff Rosenstock or not, Jeff Rosenstock is fantastic. Definitely give him a listen if you haven't. This is Worry, one of his best records. Love Worry. Linda Ronstadt. Oh, this is like a whole chunk of Stones at the start, and then it'll be Stones for a while. Because I love the Rolling Stones, so have to be a completionist with them. I have most of their early stuff, probably cutting out around the late 70s. Let It Bleed. Stones, stones, stones. Tons of stones. Yo, what's up, Adrian? Thanks for tuning in. Lots of stones. Let's see what else we got. You can see chili peppers on there, but I'll grab until chili peppers. Let's see. More stones. There we go. Robin's Honey. Awesome pop record. Definitely check that out. Body Talk Part 1. Amazing record from Robin. Love it. Lionel Richie. Must. Oh, Wrist Paul Rick. Now, this is a special artist. Not a lot of people, I think, know about Wrist Paul Rick, but this is Purple Blaze. Incredible record. Beautiful record. I think it's white. Yeah, it's a white record with the purple label on there. But check Wrist Paul Rick out. This is kind of an interesting one. Residents. Weird and wild band. Really, really weird and wild. So to those ignorant of this bunch, be aware that they are the most uncompromising aggregation of music makers you are likely to come across ever. Simply put, the Residents not only exemplify the so-called underground, they are it. Period. Really wild stuff. This is the Mark of the Mole. Otis Redding. Gotta have some Odie. Some more Odie. Red Snapper, kind of a weirder record. Some of these that have some price tags on them. So I go to this meetup with a bunch of retired dudes. It's awesome. And the guy who runs it is named Don. We call him Don of Records. But his actual name is Don. And he's a great dude. Bunch of chili peppers. So yeah, that was some R stuff. Let me finish off this bin. Why not go to the end here? We're into some Santana stuff. I also love Santana, so I'm a completionist on there. I have pretty much everything he put out until probably around, I'm not even sure, actually. I've been, like, most of his stuff. If I come across a Santana and I don't own it, I get it. Little Sade. Tom Rush is a pretty cool singer-songwriter, great voice. Circle Game, it's a must. Gotta have some Rush. Todd Rundgren, great producer. Classic on here. It's kind of fun to pull them, just to look through stuff, actually. I want to put this on a better surface and see what we can do. Oh, yeah, gotta have my Pink Floyd boys up there. And right here, my mom gifted me all of these, and she used to just get me these singing hamsters. And so I still have them. These are so old. My poor mom passed in 2008. And, I've got a bunch of books all up there and stuff like that. Books everywhere. Books all over. Bookshelf. Crazy things. But back to the records. Just caught my eye. I had to show off my little Pink Floyd buddies. All right, what can we get into on this side here? Let's go for it. I gotta get a better way to hold this. I don't want it as jerky. I want to put this on this stool here, guys. Give me a second. All right, let's go for it. So this is at the end of the S's, and I'll come back through like I was just doing. Oh, Soccer Mommy. Soccer Mommy is very cool. Great kind of like shoegazy, pop rockish type of thing. Smokey Robinson. Oh, I just realized I got to tell you guys what I did today, too. So today I went and I picked up from the movie Superbad. I went and picked up McLovin, who is the bassist now for Ben Queller. And I picked them up from the train station for the radio station I work at, which is awesome. I got to film them. It's a nice chunky box set for Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. And so I got to film an awesome session with Ben Queller doing, I think he did 4 or 5 songs and talked about them as an interview piece. Ben Queller Sha Sha had their 20th anniversary last year. So it was an awesome event to do today and really cool because I had shot film stuff for Ben last year for that 20th anniversary thing. So it was great to see him again. It was cool to have that connection and have him remember me and stuff. It felt good. It was nice. Little Nancy. But then once I did all of that, I came home and I slept. Oh, the sleep was so good. Sleep is like, I just wish I could sleep all the time. But I don't have a really good sleep habit. Nancy, what are you doing? Nancy Sinatra has an awesome voice. Have to have a lot of Nancy on there. And then the man himself. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Yo, Spider-Man, what's up? How you doing tonight, man? Bunch of Frank. This is a good one. Bunch of Frank. This is a great one, too. Only the Lonely. Good, man. Awesome. You got any records? You got to get some Simon and Garfunkel in there. But again, yeah, so if you see some price tags on them of that nature every once in a while, it's from my group of retired buddies that I'll go and see. It's like super early in the morning. It's a big record swap type of thing. And they are all awesome older dudes who just have great stories about music back in the day, Hey, thank you, man. Graceland, beautiful record. Let's finish off this whole end of S's. Oh, I already see a record, so I know what we're going to get into. I'm a huge Springsteen fan, a huge Springsteen completionist, so we're going to see a bunch of Springsteen here in a second. Bunch of Paul Simon, bunch of Carly Simon. Oh, only one Carly Simon. I have less of her than I thought. The great Shel Silverstein, which is, he did all of the Light in the Attic stuff, which is awesome. Who's the best soccer player? This girl right here, Soccer Mommy. This is the best soccer player right here, Spider-Man. Soccer Mommy. Check her out. She just has that look to her. Great soccer player. But yeah, I don't know. I don't watch soccer. I just listen to Soccer Mommy. Who's your favorite soccer player? What, Soccer Mommy looks that way, eh? She's good. All right, what else we got? Sigur Rós up in there. Sia. Phil Sheridan, Simple Things. Gotta have some William Shatner doing his spoken word type stuff. The Transformed Man. Yeah, I'm not sure what he was talking about there, Spider-Man. I'm with you, bud. This is some Shanty. Shadowfax, that was an interesting one, named after Gandalf's horse. Had to have another Shadowfax. Love the Lord of the Rings references, Sergio Mendes. And now we're getting into it, y'all. More Sergio. Bob Seger. Yeah, who's your favorite soccer player? I don't know many of them or many of the teams even. I just never got... The most I did was play FIFA a couple times. I had a buddy who was really into FIFA. So who's your favorite? Another Bob Seger. So Bob Seger was one of my first records when I was a kid that I kind of remember. Was this one right here. This one and like Fleetwood Mac's Rumors that my parents had. More Bobby Boy. Gil Scott. Get on in there. Gil Scott Heron and Brian Jackson. Scorpions. Scorpions. Awesome band. They're still together, too. Yeah, I collect a lot of stuff, Spider-Man. I think that's a thing, I guess. I realized over the years that I do like collecting things. But I definitely like I collect specific stuff, I guess. Specific stuff. Like records and you know, definitely books and like things that pertain to the books, like Gandalf back there holding hands, which is a weird thing. Look at they like shipped him with extra hands, so I put them in what he's holding. And a lot of crystals. I have a bunch of crystal things too. So yeah, I definitely collect stuff. And the biggest beanbag chair ever. Look at the size of that guy. I don't know if you really tell how big it is. All right, we're going to finish this side off here. This is SBT RKT, otherwise known as Subtract. Probably only known as Subtract. I don't know why I always say it out, but Cristiano Ronaldo, he's the best soccer player. He has lots of trophies. I've heard of him. I've heard of him a lot. Savoy Brown, amazing record covers, hilarious band. The covers of these guys themselves are awesome. Yes, Spider-Man, that would be awesome, dude. I'd appreciate it. I'd always do updates every night on here. I'm live every night. Another Savoy Brown, Hellbound Train. Look at the artwork on this guy. I'm a sucker for some good artwork. This one, I don't know if it qualifies as good artwork. I don't know. That's just more of a picture. What's her name again? The girl with the Disparate Youth song. Why am I forgetting her name? Santa Gold. That was it. And this is, I guess, where the Santana ends, but this is I have a bunch of Taiwanese bootlegs. I don't know how they made it over here, but I have a bunch of them. This is a cool one. This is Carlos Santana and John McLaughlin, two power players. Yeah, the Taiwanese part, it's interesting because, it'll say on the record itself, usually a bunch of different Chinese writing there. You can see it around it. And more Carlos. So we're going to stop all the Carlos because we know they're there. Santana. I think this whole shelf right here, or this whole cubby, is probably mostly Bruce Springsteen. I have so many Springsteen records. Well, Springsteen, and then we get into Steely Dan. I know all this is Springsteen stuff. And yeah, maybe one to show you before jump off. Since we're talking of Queller, I want to show a Ben Queller record. I'll bring this down one more hoop here. So yeah, I was saying that was this one side, and then this is the other wall. There we go. All right, let's find Queller's Sha-Sha. There we go. So that's who I picked up from the train station today, and who had the session at the radio station that I work at. This is a great album, Sha-Sha. He's friends with a ton of people, but he just opened up for Ed Sheeran's tour last year. But really good friends with Adam Green from the Moldy Peaches and all. I saw him play with Moldy Peaches back in like 2002, something like that. And I think the same year or the year after, Dashboard Confessional. Spider-Man says, I live in New York. It's 2 p.m. right now. In New York, 2 p.m. I live East Coast as well. It's 1:30 a.m., buddy. I have a book myself. It's called How to Catch an Easter Bunny. By the way, I'm 26 years old and I'm reading that. You have a book called How to Catch an Easter Bunny. Do they tell you really how? How does one catch an Easter bunny? And just through time, so I got really, really into this stuff. Definitely it started when I was a kid, but I got hardcore into collecting 10 to 8 years ago. It became my place of escapism, honestly. I would just go places all the time. And like I was saying, these are like I could have more records, of course. I could just stuff the shelves and get more and more and more. But these are just, in my opinion, the combed down things, the things I really like a lot. I got like all of Kate Bush's stuff. Everything Kate Bush has ever put out. Because each one of these box sets has 4 of her records in it. I love Kate Bush. Or like, I love Joanna Newsom. I have all Joanna Newsom's stuff on vinyl as well. She's a sweetie. Let's see if I can show her off real fast. Am I in the shot? Let me see. Yeah, Joanna Newsom have one on me. Awesome box set, triple album here. Got East. Milk-Eyed Mender. E Street Band. And her latest album, Divers, which came out in 2015. So she's I am in need of a new Joanna record. She can do whatever she wants, so I shouldn't say she's in need of one, but I would love a new one. I know that she's been touring enough material to have a new album, but she's got to get in there and record still. I don't know why this one's called me Jamiroquai. A little of that. Oh, yep, D-Light. That's a great one. We could be at it for a while, I just love to hold the thing that these artists make. So my Morning Jacket box set going on. Of Montreal. I have like a crazy Beatles collection too. Maybe I'll just show you the guys the Beatles collection. We might call it a night after that, but the Beatles collection is worth the sight, I think. Rochester says, where is Gigi Allen? I don't know that I have any Gigi, actually. I don't think I've ever come across any out in the wild. Usually all of these I try and get out in the wild, or some I'll like specifically order. Let's see. Where does my Beatles collection begin? Probably at this one. Yeah, because that's the end of Beach House there. All right, let's see what type of Beatles stuff we got going on, guys. Here's where the Beatles begin. And they're still going. Beck's Odelay. Morning Glory, more Beck, Sea Change, amazing record, y'all. Beck. All right, there's the Beatles. All right. So all of this is my Beatles collection on there. Proud of it. I usually try to only get ones I don't have, but you know, there's like some compilations at the end here. Oh, but this is funny. Sing along with the Beatles. Just the instrumental background of the Beatles. Absolutely. Got a Magical Mystery right here. Bam, bam. Beatles songbook. Yes, absolutely got Debussy. Oh my gosh, I love him. Absolutely. I have a classical section. I'll go and grab one of those real fast right after I'm done going through the Beatles. Yesterday, Yellow Submarine with the Beatles. Beatles interview. Early Beatles. Now, these are not all in order. Like, second album is all the way up here. White Album. Another interview thing. A lot of my different stuff I'll have in order of time that they're released and everything. But Rubber Soul, Revolver. These come in and out of here sometimes, so they don't always stay in order. Magical Mystery. Beatles Live. Let It Be. Another Let It Be. Forget that one. What was it? Long and Winding Road or something? Help. Help and what's this? A Spanish version, I guess it is. Birth of the Beatles. Beatles 4. I think that's just Beatles. Beatles 65. Abbey Road. A few copies of Abbey. I think I have 3 copies of Abbey Road because you can never have. Do I have really 4 copies? I have 4 copies of Abbey Road. I do love Abbey Road. I think Abbey Road might be, you know, kind of my favorite. It's kind of hard to say. This one's great too. Hard Day's Night. It's great. You know, every Beatles record is just so different, so it's hard to pick one. I go through moods. Sergeant Pepper's. Then you got the big chunker collectors, or compilations. I mean to say compilations of these ones. One was fun. I listened to one a lot in high school. But Mariposa asked about Claude. Let me go over to my classical section and see what we got to offer. Because I do love classical music. Let's see. Bam. All right, let's see what we got. Bam. Got them right here. I think I got a couple. Let's see. Some more. Debussy. Yeah, I think that, this was 2, I guess. A bunch of Bernstein. Love me some Igor Stravinsky, though. So I have a bunch of Stravinsky. A lot of Bernstein in general, too, because he did so much and recorded so much. But he does a bunch of different people's stuff. A bunch of Beethoven. Make sure this is still in shot. Bolero. Actually, let me put all the classicals. Why not? We're here. All right. Here's our pools. Let's do it. Some unpronounceable name. Klctzki. Klitzicki? I guess. Well, I guess I did pronounce it. George Zell, another famous conductor. He did a ton of stuff. These guys' 3 most famous symphonies on here. All of these are Zell right now. Different ones he's done. Tchaikovsky, Weber, Stravinsky, but Zell conducted Stravinsky on here. Firebird, Stravinsky, more Stravinsky, Philadelphia Orchestra doing Stravinsky, Sibelius, Bernstein doing Sibelius, more Leonard. What's this? Rimsky, Rachmaninoff. A bunch of Rachmaninoff too. What's that? Prokofiev? I don't know how to pronounce that one, but I got a few of him. Gotta have a little Pavarotti, which that might not be actually supposed to be in here. Maybe, but I don't have like an opera section, so. Bolero, Morcel. These are just like compilation living in the, moment ones. Franz Liszt. There's Messiah. And the same with this stuff. Like, I have them trimmed down to ones that Gershwin, really like and stuff, That's the classical section. Kind of a while. Like, I still consider myself collecting, right? So, years. I've had some of those pieces for years and years. I come across classical albums all the time, but I'm really picky with what makes it into this setup. Like, if I pull back some, that's what I got there, and then this is the other wall over here. And I could definitely have more of them, but these are just like kind of my trimmed down ones, and it's so that I know that if I pull something, I'm always going to enjoy what I'm listening to, and it doesn't have just kind of, randomness in there. Although I appreciate everybody and all of the art that they make, some of it I'm just not into. I won't call it good or bad or anything. I think all art is good in some way, especially if people take the time to make it. I'm so appreciative. But, some Tenacious D up in there as well. What collection is complete without Tenacious D? Both of them. And it's awesome Jack Black doing that Minecraft movie, which I actually have Minecraft music on record too. I think it's down below. The Minecraft record is incredible. I don't know if you guys have ever actually just listened to that chill music, but it's pretty great. Let's see. Where did I put it? I have all my movies in here. I'm trying to think, did I put Minecraft with movies? Maybe it's in the miscellaneous section. Where would I have put in that? There's miscellaneous compilations. This is movies. I feel like I don't have like video game one, so I feel like it would be in the movies. But I don't see it. Oh well, it's in here somewhere. Absolutely, Spartan. Beautiful stuff for sure. Maybe we'll do you guys want to do one more pull and then we'll call it? We'll pick one of these. Where should I go? This side or this side? We did all the Beatles stuff over there. Feeling like Pink Floyd might be fun to look, but it's down on the floor. Meaning it's just on the lowest rung down here. Oh yeah, paper mache thing I made. I'm just getting it set up so it's closer here. All right, let's get into some Pink Floyd. All right, I love Pink Floyd so much. These are these in shot? Pretty much. So let's see what we got going on. My bed's loud. I'm laying on my bed to show you guys this. Many Faces of Pink Floyd, limited edition of, like, I guess this is a bunch of bands covering them. Here's a movie they did the soundtrack for. Zabriskie Point. It's got Grateful Dead, Kaleidoscope, Pink Floyd, and the Youngbloods. Got music off of that. Pink Floyd Works, kind of a compilation thing. Wish You Were Here, amazing record. I remember laying in the desert with one of my best friends in my life and his soon-to-be wife, and it was her sister and a couple other people, and we listened to this whole record and listened to it until the sun came up, laying out in Joshua Tree. Amazing, amazing memory. Love that album. Omaguma, which has one of those most famous covers ever, the one that kind of just keeps going on and on and on. Got 2 copies of Omaguma for some reason. Got The Wall. I remember The Wall also being in that bin when I was a child, and one of the first ones that I had. Later years, Final Cut, Endless River. I don't think Pink Floyd's ever really put out a bad record. I love them so much. Division Bell, the one that had those statues of over there. Dark Side. Music from the movie More. They did the music on that movie. Pink Floyd Relics. Oh, Obscured by Clouds. Amazing stuff. The like 2 to 3 records leading up to Dark Side, just unbelievable. This is one of them. This is another one, Metal. One of my favorite kind of color schemes. There's just something about this coloring I love. Got 2 copies of Metal. I have some Live at the BBC 1968 sessions. Pretty pink vinyl in here. Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother. Another great one. 2 copies of. Oh, the wonderful, wonderful Animals. Such a great record. This one right here has Piper at the Gates of Dawn and Saucer Full of Secrets in one. And that is not Pink Floyd, because I guess we're done that, bro. But this is the Pilgrim. This is the owner of Heavy Psych Sounds Records. It's his solo project, The Pilgrim. It's pretty good. My one of my best friends in my life, Pat's band High Reaper is on this label. I was actually in High Reaper for a little bit, but they were heading to Europe to go on tour. I knew I couldn't go, so I was like, you guys gotta maybe find a different bass player, but it was a great opportunity and still best friends with all of them. So they're the best. Fish Records, because I guess you gotta be able to listen to a Fish record, Although I guess fish is more for the live enjoyment. There we go, y'all. That feels like a good place. Spin her around. All right, so thank you all for checking out my record collection. I might end up bringing you guys back in here at some point and talking through more rows. It was cool just to kind of talk it through and see how you guys were feeling about stuff. Thank you for joining me. And tomorrow I might come on and do music a little bit earlier. Might do some guitar stuff. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves because you deserve it. Peace and love. I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thank you, Mariposa. Thank you for being here. I enjoyed showing it off. I appreciate that. And everybody.